Everyone, good day, good morning, UrBizEdge. So for today's session, I'll be talking about creating an HR dashboard using Excel user form and other formula. This section has been presented by Temidayo Omoniyi. So about the company, UrBizEdge is the registered Microsoft Excel consultant, financial modeling, business intelligence, data analysis, and enterprise firm in Nigeria. We specialize in helping company and high-value professionals be on top of their business data, their day-to-day data activity. So we all know we are a training company ourselves. So this is our calendar for upcoming training. So our next training, which is on the 1st to 2nd of April, we'll be having big data analysis, Power Query, pivot table, and VBA in Excel. So if you are someone that is into VB and big data in Excel, use Excel in your organization, you need to go into big data using more like extract, transform, and load. That's ETL. So our next training for big data in Excel and Power Query, Power Pivot, and VBA will be coming up on the 1st to 2nd of April. Also on the 1st to 2nd of April, we're having in-depth Excel training, executive dashboard, and business data analysis. And on the 2nd of April, we'll be having financial modeling and also a mock exam for financial class. Sorry about that. I'll go a little bit about my profile. My profile, Temidayo is a Microsoft certified data analyst. I'm also a Microsoft certified trainer who has passion and share knowledge, helping and mentoring young people in the data field. I enjoy creating educative content on your UrBizEdge YouTube channel and other platforms. Also, you can find me on Microsoft Userforms. I also enjoy, during my spare time, I write a lot of VBA code. So I enjoy writing code and automating different business processes using Microsoft Power Platform. And also, mostly everybody knows Microsoft Power Automate. So you can follow me on LinkedIn, on Twitter, and on GitHub also. So I'll stop sharing my screen and I will start. Okay. So I'm going to share my entire screen now. Okay. Let me close this. Minimize this. Minimize it. Okay. So I had a lot of tab open. So for today's session, we're creating an HR dashboard, right? So let me just put my Excel. I'll be a little bit fast because I will have a lot to cover today. So I'll be a little bit fast today. Okay. We all know how HR dashboard works, right? So I'm going to create like a database for an HR. So I'm going to be using the Microsoft user form. So the first thing I need to do, I need to get some requirement like employee ID, date of employment, first name, last. You all know how a basic database look like, right? So I also put some things down here. I don't want to waste much time. I'll just copy this. I'll paste it here. These are the different columns I want. I want employee ID. I want first name. I want last name. I want gender. I want phone number. I want email. I want date of employment and department. So you can see everything is just in one column. So what I need to do, I need to just go to, I can either split column or can go to text to column. So I just select this. I go to my data tab. For some of you might be following me, I go to my data tab. I click on text to column, right? I click on delimited. Okay, I click on next. So what's the common separator? Is a comma. So it's separated everything next. I just click on finish. So everything I separated to individual columns here, right? So let me just select all of these, go to home. I'll add a little bit of green, make it bold. I'll centralize this a bit. I'll change the text color to white. If you guys have any question, you can always put it in the chat box below. Okay, so if there's no question, I will just continue. So this is just the first step. So I want to create a database, right? So these are the things I want. I want the employee ID. I want the first name. I want the last name. I want my gender. I want my phone number. I want the email. I want the date of employment. And I also want the department. So the different department, right? So one other thing I like doing most times, if I'm creating like an Excel form, I like removing grid lines. So I just go to view. I go to my view tab here. I go to grid line. So I remove all grid line. Okay, cool. Okay, let me put my company logo, the company I work for, which is UrBizEdge. So I go to insert. So most times if you're using Excel, the three main tabs you use the most are usually home, insert, and data. But I'll be using insert first of all. So I go to my insert. I want to insert an image, right? I go to illustration. I go to picture from this device. Let's go to my desktop and get my company's logo, something. Okay, company logo. Okay, perfect. So that's step 1. So step 2, I need to create a button that can activate my VBA. So VBA stands for Visual Basic Application. So that's the coding part of Excel. They usually call it, you can call it macro. So if you're someone that do things a lot of automation or repeated tasks, you use a lot of macros and VBAs if you're into automation. So but I think Microsoft now is trying to introduce the new one called TypeScript. So TypeScript is also is an automation platform in Excel, but it's usually found on Excel Online. So if you're using Excel Online, you use a lot of TypeScript. So use a lot of TypeScript. So the first thing I need to do now, I have to go to my developer. So some of you might not have your developer tab, okay? So if you want to get your developer tab, if you don't have your developer tab, you go to your file, you go to option, you go to your customized ribbon, you see developer here. You can see my developer here is already checked. You can see developer here. My developer is already checked in, so I don't need to use any developer. Okay. Or another short way of going, you just go to your home here, you just right click, customize ribbon, that's all. I go to your developer tab, you click on OK, and voila, your developer comes in. So most times, if you come to your developer tab, you can see I have Visual Basic, I have macros, I have record macros, I have use relative reference. So if you are doing things like repeated tasks, most times I see organization that if you are doing things like, okay, monthly reconciliation, I always doing the same process all over and over again. Most times, those advisable to use a macro. If you know that provided all columns and all rows remain the same, just use a macro and just automate those kind of tasks. It makes your work faster. You don't have to waste time. So the next thing I want to do first, I need to insert a button. So I go to my developer tab here. I go to insert. I look for a button. Yep. So I just draw a button, just something small. Yep. So I can rename this as, let's name it as user form. Click on new. So my VBA environment has opened now. This is what they call the VBA environment in Excel. So let me check if there's any question. So I'll be checking. Okay, if no question, okay, perfect, no question so far. So this is my VBA environment in Excel, right? So you can see sheet 1. It's showing sheet 1 because I have only one sheet opened, right? And most times, some people, you can also hide sheet using macro. I don't know if you guys have ever tried hiding your sheet using macro. So in macro, you can see visibility, you can see X sheet visible. You can also change to very hidden. There are different ones. If you want to hide, that's just a bonus. You want to hide your sheet using macro, you can always do that using macro. But for this, I can see the model. So the model is where you write your code. This is where you write your macro code. You can see it's showing user form. You know, remember I named the button, the VBA button as user form. So it's showing here as user form. But what I need a user form, right? I can go to insert. You can see user form here, or I can also come here. I can see my user form. I click on user form. So this opens, right? Let me just make it a little bit bigger. Yep. This opens. So this is the first step. This is my user form here. It's showing user form 1. So you can see the name. The control name is user form 1. The caption name is also user form 1. So I can rename the caption and change it to, since I work for UrBizEdge, I can make it UrBizEdge, UrBizEdge DB. That's UrBizEdge database, right? Cool. The next thing, I want to activate this. So let me just copy this first. I'll go back to my module. I'll click on my module. I come here, I press tab, I paste this, I click on .show. So I want to show it, right? So let me minimize this first and see. Yeah, the recording will be made available. The recording will be made available. Thank you. The recording will be made available. So you can see what I did here. I said user form .show, right? So this basically helps me whenever I click on the button, it basically activates the user form for me. So let me just minimize this. If I click on this button here, you can see. But you know that our form is still blank. So you just showing me a blank form, right? Nothing is showing, it's just a blank form. Let me just close this. So I'll show you again. If I click on the user form, a blank form opens because I've not put anything in my form right now. So that's cool. So I'll go back to my Excel VBA again. So I'm my user form here, right? Let me just click here. Let me add a frame. So I'm trying to do some little bit of beautification right now. So let me just make this a little bit bigger. Remember, I'm trying to create a company's database, right? So if you like automating things, this is one of the fastest way of doing it. So let me just put this is called a toolbox in your VBA. This is called a toolbox. So all the tools I need for my user form, like selection, label, text box, combo box, list box, checkbox, radio, that's option button. That's most you call it radio button, toggle button, frame, command button. There are so many things you can, but first of all, I want to use the frame. Frame to this. I was trying to make it a little bit fine. You don't need to add a frame though. So this session is being recorded, so I'll show you, I'll send the YouTube video how you can use it after the section. So my caption, HR database, sorry. HR database, awesome. So what are the things I need now? The various things I need, right? So I'm going to go to label. So this is my label 1. I'll put a label here. So the first thing I need is my employee ID. So actually it's showing caption 1. So I'll go to my caption. I'll change to employee ID. So I might be a little bit fast today because of we have a lot to cover. So I might be a little bit fast. So okay, cool. So let me change the background color. Let me just look for something. Let me go to color palette. I use green, light green. Light green is cool. Okay, it's cool. Okay, so let me see my front color. Let me make it a little bit white. Let me just make it white. Let me change the design. So that's the front. It's showing Tauma, right? So I'll change it from Tauma to. Can I leave that Tauma? I always make it bold. Let me increase the size to 10. Okay, this is cool. So I have my employee ID. I can always copy this and paste. Employee ID. Let me just shift it here. So I might not get a perfect alignment because of this is just a training class. This is an 1-hour training class. So after employee ID, I think the next one should be first name. Okay, so first name. So my caption, I'll change to first name. First name. Enter. I'll paste again. So the next one should be last name. This here should be last name. Change the caption to last name. Name. Enter. Paste again. Come here. Okay. I did. Okay. The space is not that good, sure, but let's just continue. After last name, gender. Okay, gender, phone number. So let me just change it to gender. Enter. Paste. If I was making a YouTube video, I'll just fast forward all this side. Gender, phone number. Phone number, email, date of employment. Okay. So I've dragged this here. So the next one should be email. Email. Let me say date of employment. So that's date of employment. Okay, this is a little bit. Let me just make it bigger a little bit. Okay, it's fine. And last one should be department. Okay, perfect. Let me paste again. Let me make this department. Change the caption name. If you have any question, I'll leave it at the chat box. I'll check it towards the end of the section. So that's department, right? Awesome. Perfect. So the next thing now, you can see I have my labels, the different columns, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me confirm if there are 8 here. Let me just select all of this. Okay, you can see the count is 8 over here, so it's correct. So let me just add the text box now. That's the label. Where's my text box? Okay, perfect. This is my text box. So I'll put a text box in front of this one. Okay. You can see that the name is showing what text box 1. You can see that's the control name, text box 1. So I can select this, copy, paste. Oh no, not this. I'm not pasting this. Sorry. Copy, So change text box 2, text box 2, last name, another text box. So this is going to be text box 3. So the gender, the gender is that is most time if you are doing like a form in Google form or Microsoft form, that when you're doing gender, like it's going to be like a list. So it'll be like, oh, are you a male or you're a female? So usually going to be a list. You get. So most times we use a list for gender. So I'll just come to gender. So I don't want to text. I don't want to just type in, oh, I'm a male or I'm a female. It doesn't really make sense. So most times I use a list. So I'll use a combo list. Let me look for combo list. Combo list. Yeah, perfect. So just drag this combo list. Perfect. Let me just copy this combo list. I also use a combo list also for department also. So I'll use a combo list also for department. Awesome. So this paste for my phone number. You can also do some things like data validation. You get. So some people not able to write the wrong phone number and the rest, but it's just time that I'm just considering because we have just 1 hour for this section. So perfect. Okay, so let me just minimize. Let me check it out now. If I click on this button now, wow, this is what I want. You can see. So my employee ID, blah blah blah. Name Temi, last name Dayo. Okay, so I've completed step 1, right? So let me go back to my VBA Visual Studio. Let me check if there's any questions so far. Okay. Okay, I'll get back to you, Comfort. Just give me a second. I'll get back to you. So the next thing is I need to create a button, right? So let me just get a command button. Let me look for a command button that I can use. No, I need a command button. I'm coming. Okay. Oh, see me. I'm looking for command buttons. Okay, there's a command button. All right, click, select this. Okay, so the command button, the name is command button, right? So I'll just go to my caption name. Let me just name it as submit. So because I want to submit when I fill all this information, I have to submit it, right? So I just click on submit. Submit. Okay, perfect. I'll change the and also Comfort. This session is being recorded, so I'll make the YouTube video available. I'll send you the video for the YouTube link. So I'll increase the size a little bit. Okay, let me make most times when you submit, it's usually a green color. Let me just make it a green color. So let me say background color. Let me make the background color green. Color palettes. Green. Let me make the front color white. Yes. Okay, I think it's cool. Let me try and reduce the size a little bit. It's kind of enough to it's over the place. Oops. Oopsie. Okay, let me drag this up a little bit. Okay, from here. Okay, perfect. I think it's cool. Okay, so now I have this submit, right? So this step now, this next step I'll be dropping some codes. As I'm writing code, for those that are following, as I'm writing code, I'll be dropping this on the chat box so you can always follow along with me. So what I need to do now, you can see I have to write like a code for this submit, the submit button. Now you can, okay, let me show what I mean now. If I go back to my submit, this is my activation, this is my activation button. If I click on my activation button, you can see my employee ID. This submit now, you can see nothing's happening. I have to write a code for it to make it work, right? Okay, let me check the chat box. Okay, so Abdul, okay, let me off my camera first. So tell me, is my voice, is it okay now? Is there any glitch? So for Comfort, she said you tried activating the Comfort. Do you already have developer tab in your Excel? Abdul, tell me if my network is better now. Is my audio better? Just put in the chat box if you can hear me now. Yes, I do. Okay. Okay, Comfort, I will just get back to you. Just give me a minute. Okay. So now for this my submit, I have to create like a code that makes it work, right? I have to make it work. So I just double click on this code. Now it has opened the command line for me, right? So the first thing I need to do, let me just, so I don't want to waste too much of time today. So let me just make it faster. So I've written some codes down on my some line text. Let me just copy this. I'll paste it here. I'll press tab. I'll paste this here. So what this means here is, so I'll go to my range. I'm coming, just give me a second. So I can see that I'm starting my first range from column. So my employee ID is from column C, right? So I have to change that range to column C. So I change this to column C. Column C. Let me explain this to you now. So what this means is that it's taking the last row. The last row equals to range. From the range of column C. You remember that column C is where my employee ID is starting from. My employee ID is at column C. So I made the range at column C, right? And I concatenated with the and row.count.end x up. That's Excel up. That's from the last. So from the last column, employee ID column is going up by row. That's what this code here basically means. Yeah. So the next step now is I enter. Let me just paste this for those following. I'll paste this inside the chat box for those following. So where's the chat box? I'm pasting inside the chat box. So for those guys that are following, if you see my screen now, if you look at my Excel screen here now, if your own column is starting, look at where you put your employee ID. If yours is your own employee ID starting from column A, you won't use double quote C, you use A there. But because mine is starting from column C, I have to use C here. I hope you guys get what I'm trying to say. Mine started from columns, I have to use C here. So let me just continue because of time and everything. So I'll copy this range value. Yes. I don't want to waste time. I'll paste this over here. So I'll also change this one to also C, right? So this one is showing me text name, but it's not text name. I'll delete this. Remember, for the user form, this is my user form here. This one is showing what? Text box 1. So I'll copy this. It's meant to be text box 1. Okay. Where's my user form? My submit. So this should be text box 1. So I'll make this okay. Do I use text box 1 because of why? My command line, if I go to my user form, I didn't change the command line. It's still showing text box 1. If I have changed it to employee ID, if I've changed this place here to employee ID, I would have used employee ID in my submit side. I would have changed this place here to employee ID box 1. You get? So let me just copy here. I'll paste it in the chat box also. I'll paste this in the chat box also. Right? Enter. I'll copy all of this again. I'll paste down here. So this one now will be D. So column D, text box 2. So I'll copy this again. Copy. I'll paste in the chat box. So for those that are following, this one now should be E. This should be text box 3, right? Enter. Paste again. F. It should be column text box. Sorry, text box 4. Let me confirm something first. So I have 1, 2, 3. Oh, so this one should be gender. So this one is not text, but this one should be combo box. So this combo box 1. Okay. So let me just come here. I'll change this one to combo box 1 because that's the gender. The gender I made it a combo box 1. So combo box 1. Press enter again. Sorry. Enter again. I'll copy this. I'll paste this inside here. So this one should be G. Should be text box 4. Text box 4. I'll copy all of this again. Paste. Text box 5. Paste again. Text box 6. Let me check again. Let me confirm. This text box 6, text box 5. Okay. So the last one will be combo box, right? It's combo box 2. So let me click on the. I'll click on the submit again. So I'll copy all of this, copy, enter. Okay. So this one now should be combo box. This should be combo box 2. Okay. So that's perfect. So I think we're done with this. So I can minimize this. My screen is blank. Wow. Let me stop sharing and I'll share again. Comfort, can you see my screen now? Yeah, okay. Sorry about that. Sorry, because of this is a 1 hour section, so I have to be very, very fast because we have a lot to do. So the first thing I just did now, basically what I just did, I didn't do much. I just created, so what I basically did now, if I go to my user form here now, you know that I have my labels here, right? I have my text box also here, labels, text box. So now in a situation when I fill all this information, I have to create a function that if I click on this submit, it enters into my Excel spreadsheet. That's my list range, right? So what I want to do now, if I minimize this, right? Let me just rename this. Let me just click. Let me make it cool. Stopped at J, right? Let me just confirm if this one stopped at J also. J, okay, perfect. So the first thing I need to do now, if I click on this activation button, right? So let me say I'm working for total now. So I just put total, right? Total / 1001. I'm just putting these are dummy data. These are not real life data, please. Totals, that's the employee ID. I put the employee name is Temi, right? Temidayo. Last name, let's make it Andrew. Now you can see the list. Nothing showing in the list. Do you know why? Thank you. I'll explain why. So let me also rename this as HR dashboard. HR dashboard. So I'll click on a new tab. I'm sure everyone knows how we used to do data validation in Excel, right? The way you do data validation. So if I put gender now, I create a gender. If I say, let's create a tab and say gender, right? I want the gender to be male and female, right? You remember where we do it in using data validation? If I say, okay, gender, yeah, right? I have like different tables here, home, different tables here. But if I select all of these here, right? I go to my data tab, I go to my data validation, I change this to list, right? I get my source from this male or female here, right? I click on OK. So the situation what I want now, if I click on this, I can just select male or female, male or female, male or female, right? But now you've noticed from this my HR dashboard, if I click on activation, I have my gender is blank. Also, my department is blank because what I've not put a list inside of this. So what I need to do now is very simple. I don't just make this a formatted table. I select all of this. I press Ctrl T. I want to format as a table. I want to format as a table. So I click on OK. Let me just make it green a little bit. Okay, so let me just remove I don't really like the filter sign most of the time. So I'll just remove the filter here, right? So I have my gender, male or female, right? So let's create another one. Let me say the part. So one cool thing about formatted table, it makes your work more dynamic. If you're someone that don't like static things, you want your work always dynamic, or you're someone that you work between Excel and PowerBI or DAX, you will enjoy using dynamic table a lot. So let me say department. Let me say I have my HR in department. I have my technical. I have finance. I have marketing. And I have, I think that's all. Let's make, which other one? Let me say I have admin. Let's name it admin. Okay, admin. Okay, I basically have 5 departments. The same thing, select all of this, Ctrl T, format as a table, or select this one. Cool. So what I want to do now is I'll select the data source. I'm sure you guys know what they call this. There's something they call data source or range value. If I select all of these, let me say I have goats. Set all of this like from year to year. You can see the data, you can see the range value here. So what I'm trying to do now is if I select from male to female, you show me as table 1, right? This one too from year to year, HR to admin, you show me as table 2. So what I need to do now, I'll go back to my HR dashboard. I'll go back to my VBA code, which is here. I'll select my gender. You can see my gender, my combo list here, right? I'll go to my row source now. Where's my row source? My row source. Okay, row source. Yeah, perfect. It is it. I'll type table 1. I'll go to my department also. I'll go to my row source again. I'll type table 2. Awesome. So that's all. So let me go back here. Let me check. If I click on motivation, if I click here, you can see now HR, everything is showing right now, right? Male and female. Awesome. Let me just close this. Let me check the chat box if I have any questions so far. Wait, some people are saying they can see my screen. Some people are saying they can't see my screen. LM, can you see my screen now? Please, if you can see my screen, just put in the chat box. Yes, please. Let me just confirm. Yes, okay. Thank you. Sorry, my other colleague is not around, so I have to be doing the moderation and also the presenter at the same time. So sorry about that. So I have to be switching between screen most of the time. So the next thing I want to do now is right. I click on the activation button. This is my user form. Let us say employee ID again. Let's start again. Total, right? Total /1,000. Remember, these are dummy data. These are not real life data. So Temi, right? Temidayo. Last name. Let's put Andrew. My gender, let me say male. Phone number. Okay, let me just put a random phone number. I don't put real life phone. Email, let me say Andrew at xyz.com. And date of employment, let me say 14th January 2020. So my department, let me say technical, right? So watch this now. I've written all of this. So if I click on submit, watch this. You can see now it automatically populated. You can see now it came here automatically, right? So let's do another one again. Let me say 002, right? Let me name this person Dolly. That is my dog name, so don't be annoyed. Dolly Pats. And she's a girl. My dog doesn't have a number. Let me just give a random number here. So let me say Dolly. So it'll be Dolly at xyz.com. So the year I bought Dolly was actually, I think I bought her. I got her 2021. Yeah, let me say 2021. Feb. She's not a technical person. She's a dog. So everyone's name as marketing. So I'll give her marketing, right? So I click on submit. You can see now it automatically came here, right? So the next thing, let me just close this. You can see that if I go to my user form now, I have my submit. What about a situation where if I put all this information, I want to clear everything. I have to be closing and do so. I have to create a new. I'll put a new button again. Where's the button? Command button. I'll name this command button. I'll call it clear. I'll call it clear all, sorry. Clear all. Okay. So I'll change the text. Let me just put it, make it bold a little bit. 10, 0. Background color should be, let me make clear, let me make it like, okay, yellow, no, green means go, yellow means ready, okay, and red means stop or something. So I think that's cool. Okay, perfect. So now I've written my clear. So if I click on clear button for my VA, I don't click on it, double this command line for me. Let me just go back to my text box, which is over here. So just clear. I'll paste this code also now to the chat box also. So if I click on tab, I paste this. So my first one should be text box 1. Should this text box 1. So let me just copy this. For those following, I'll come to my chat. Paste it here. Yes, that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to create a function now to clear all now. So paste this here. So basically what I'm trying to do now, I'm trying to see what I did here now. You know that you remember, okay, let me just show you something now. Okay, I like your question, Choma. Is it Choma or Chisholm? Let me see. That's okay, Choma, yeah, that's Choma. So what I'm trying to achieve here, right? I just click on my activation here, right? If I've written all the information now, I've written all my information, I need to situation where I can clear all. So I have to create another command line, another command button called clear all. So if I click on command button, it clears. But now, since I've not done anything, it won't work. It's not working. So let me go back to my user form. Double click on this here. Perfect. So text box 1, I just copy this. It's very simple. It should be text box 2. I remembered if I put double quotes with nothing, not double quote stands for text, right? Okay, let me show you something in Excel now. If I come here, this place here, I can also name this place here database. Or let's say information. Most times, if I put information, I used to make it when I'm working when I'm creating a user form, I make this hidden. I can just hide this. So I don't want some people to go and tamper with it, but you can always come here, right click, and always unhide it. You get so, but that's just all for that. So text box 2. So let me show you something in Excel. If I come here now, if I say, let me say, okay, Temi, I say Dayo, right? If I try to concatenate, if I say equals to this and this, that's Temi and Dayo, it's going to write Temidayo together. But what situation I want to give a space, I put a double quote here, space, double quote, another concatenate, enter. You can see now this Temi. Notice it. Sorry, if you notice here now, it is what Temi space Dayo. You get so. If you put a double quote like this, if I put double quote space double quote with nothing, it basically means blank or clear all in some instance. You get. So let me just delete this. I don't need this again. I just want to show you guys something. Yep, I'm deleting permanently. Okay. So let me go back to my VBA. This. So this should be text box 3, right? Text box 3. Paste again. So this one should be combo box 1. Combo box 1. So let me just copy this part for you. Combo box 1. Yeah, the recording will made available. The recording will definitely be made available. It will be made available. Yep. Okay, so copy this again. Okay, awesome. This should be combo box 4. So no, text box 4. Sorry about that. This should be text box 5. Text box 6. Text box 6. And last one now should be combo box 2. So this should be combo box 2. Box 2. Awesome. 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 So let me go back to my Excel now. So if I click on activation now, let me put another random information here again. Let me say employee ID now should be total, right? Sorry. Total slash 0003 this time around. Okay. T. First, let me just get names from here. I have some names here. I don't just stress myself right now. Okay, let's put Michael. Sorry. Oh. Paste. C. Paste. Enter. So Michael, let me make Michael a male. Yeah, Michael is definitely a male. So let me just put random phone number. Email. Let me just put olafusi@xyz.com. xyz.com. Let me put date of employment this year. You can just put, I'm just putting random information. It's not necessary to be the right information. So if I click on, I was naming as, let me name him admin. Okay, I make him admin. So if I click on submit, it automatically populates, right? So what about I want to clear all? According to Choma, Choma said, oh, what about if I want to clear all this information? I'll just click on this clear all. I can see everything. disappears. So I want to add another button again that when I say, okay, after I've cleared, I want to now close this user form. You get? So let me just close this. I can also make this a formatted table if you want to, but let's just continue. So let me go back to my VBA code, my user form. I will go to my user form. I'll add another command button again. Yeah. I'll name it the caption. I'll name the caption clear all. Clear all. Okay. So let me just do some editing, a little bit of editing. So make it bold, 0. Front color should be white. So this is white. The background color should be, let me make it red. No, close means like it's a negative kind of thing. So let me say red. Okay, cool. So this one is actually the most easiest part. So if I double click on this, right? Tab, I will just, all just does is just unload me. So there's a command in VBA called unload me. So I just paste unload me. So let me just copy it for you guys. I'll just put unload me. Okay, that's all. So I've written unload me, that's all. So let me minimize this. Let me come back to my Excel again. So if I click on activation, let me put another, let me say this person should be total slash 1004/T, right? Let me look for, I don't want to start cracking my head with names. Let me just say John Abiola, gender. Let me make, okay, John is a male name, so okay. And Abiola, let me just get a random phone number. Paste it here. Email should be Abiola XYZ. Remember, all this information are not real life data. They are not real life data. Don't forget that they are not real life data. So date of employment should be this. And department, let me make in finance. So watch something very cool. If I click on submit, it populates, right? If I click on clear, it clears all. If I click on close, it closes it. Awesome, right? So what about, there's something about formatted table. So let me just come here. Let me unhide this, the information. I want to hide the information. So we know the genders are male and female, right? What about the situation that I think people are now becoming more dynamic and more advanced? We have binary in sex, right? So what about if I want to add a new sex, like binary, or I want to add a new, like field agents, or okay, I think some people are in data department, and that's cool. So what about that? If you notice this now, if I come here, I go to motivation, you can see that my gender is showing me only 2 gender, right? If I go to my department, it's showing me only 1, 2, 3, 5 departments, right? So how about I want to, I think, this should be closed, not clear all. This should be closed, not clear all. I just noticed that now. Let me change the caption. Yeah, it should not be, should be closed. Sorry, it should be closed. Closed. Sorry about that. This should be closed, not clear all. So okay, that's cool. So the next thing I want to achieve now, I want to make my combo list more dynamic, right? So in the sense of it being dynamic is that I can always populate more information inside of it. I can always add more information. Like if like your company is trying, if I'm working in like a company like Silicon Valley now, you know that you don't just use only male and female, you have binary also. You don't just have only male and female, they have binary. Or if I'm working in a very big company like Chevron, or yeah, Chevron is a big company, or Total Energy, or to any of those big multinational companies, you know that they have so many departments. What about a situation how to now keep adding more departments? There's some new things in Excel, the new function, they call them dynamic arrays. But since we are not using dynamic array for VBA, we're using a combo list, how to make it a formatted table. And the cool thing about formatted table, it makes your work more dynamic. Basically, that's all. So I come to this data here. If I say enter, if I put binary, new sex binary, press enter. You notice now it has increased, right? If I say I go to admin, if I add a new department, let's name data entry department. If I press enter, watch this now. If I come to my HR dashboard, if I click on activate, if I go to my gender, you can see now Binary has been added to my gender. This one too, data entry now is already my gender. You can see how cool that is, right? So let me just add some small. Okay, let me say total / 1005 / I don't have time for. I don't think I have to start writing. Let me just get names from here. Shegun. Copy Shegun. I'll paste Shegun over here. Last name Olabi. Yoruba is not that very good though, for those in that Yoruba. So let me also make Olabi. Let me make him binary. Phone number. Just put any. Not necessarily put. You can put any phone number. It's not necessary. You can just put a random number. Email should be Olabi at xyz.com. It's of employment of Olabi. Okay, so I made him a software. That's cool. Just change the department to data entry, right? So I submit this. You can see I clear all, I close, awesome, right? So you can always also make this a formatted table. So I select all, Control T, right? Make it as a formatted table. Come here. I'll make this as formatted table. Also the same thing, activation. I'll show you. For some of you that don't like writing VBA code, there's also something called Excel form. I'll show you that next. Let me just finish with this. So I say total / 006 / T, right? Okay. Hello me. Just gender binary. Just random number. Just at xyz.com. Of employment. Let me just say 20 / 20. No, I prefer. Let me say, am I writing this? Yeah, 2016. Okay, department should be finance. Submit, clear all, close. You can see how dynamic this is. Let me check the charts, the question. Let me see if there's any question. Oh, okay. But that one has to do more. Okay, there's something they call. There's one formula I did one time. It's called because of time, I'm not sure. I get your question. Like there's something that we use sometimes. They call it. We use something called search. You can also search. Well, maybe I'll just drop a link of how you do it later. But I get your question. I'll lie. But since this is a VBA, I'm just trying to do data entry. But later I'm coming. I'll show you that. But I like your question. I'm like, okay. So the next thing, there's another way of doing this. If you don't want to use the normal VBA user form, you can always. I'll just select all of this, right? I select all of this. Let me select all of this. I'll make select everything. Okay. There's something they call form in Excel. You can see it's called a form in Excel. And this is very cool. It's just cool. You can also do that find. The find you're talking about, you can also find from here and everything. But this is just a shortcut. So if some of you that don't want to activate yours, the first step is you select all of these, right? You go to file, go to options, so you go to quick access toolbox. So a quick access to bar, search for all command, or look for, wow, let me look for form. Oh, this much. So I have to look for form. Okay, as you can see form here, right? So if I click on form, I click on add, then I click on OK. So automatically the form comes here. I can see the form here. Okay, so let me just I'll drop you a link of out for cause of time. I'll drop a link on how to go about it. So I created I created a blog post about it one time like that. So let's say UrBizEdge blog. Okay. So just give me some minutes. Okay, I think I have it here. Okay, this is it here. So I wrote a blog about it a couple of time ago, so a couple of months back. So for some of you want to create, like you don't want to write VBA code, you want to create your user form using the normal form in Excel. I've copied this, so just paste this link over here. So you guys can always read this and check it out. But let me just show you how this one works. After I've already activated the form, so let me just create a new one. So I say employee ID should be total, right? Total slash 1007 slash T. First name, let me make it Timmy. Last name, Timmy Boy. Gender, male. But this one does not have the list kind of this thing. So it's random number. Timmy at xyz.com. Date of, because of time, I would have shown you guys more, but I think I have less than 7 minutes more. But because of time, I would have showed you guys a lot. There's so many possibilities with this. So make it, let us name in November, comma 2019. 2019 is okay. Department, what department should I use? Let me use finance. Finance, right? So if watch this now, if I click on new, you can see it automatically populated inside here. So I can use that. There are different ways of doing it. There are so different ways. So if I go to find next, let's say if I want to find now, if I say let me say I want to look for someone like, let me say total now. Total. I'll look for the person of 0004/T. Find. Okay, yeah. No, not find previous. This is where you can. Okay, this criteria. I'm coming. But there's a way you can find. I'm trying to get to where you can find. Let me search for. I don't think I've used this particular method though. I also want to show you guys because of some of you that might have interest in using this method. Let's see, find next. Okay, now show me the next one. Okay, previous. Okay, yeah. You can see now the name I wrote now. You show me Temidayo Andrew. To give it information, if I click on, let me change this one to 4. Find previous. I have to close this again. Okay. Well, okay, I think that's it. Any question? Okay, first of all, if you want to get the YouTube video, so let me just go to YouTube. So the video will be made available on our. Oh, no. Sorry. Okay, this is UrBizEdge. The recording will be made available on our YouTube channel before the end of tomorrow. So you can always search UrBizEdge on YouTube. So let me check the chat box for any question. Say at that time I have 5 minutes more. So yeah, the video will be made available. Okay, so for Abdullah, a situation where you want to like search. So for that one, you have to like start doing you have to start manipulating. Okay, I think I did one. Let me just show you one. This one I did a couple of time back. That I added the search option to it. That's only if there's time and if I've not removed it. So let me just open this. Okay, say if I've not removed it. Okay, yeah, something like this now. So if I want to search, but now this one I have to do. I've added so many formulas to this now. Let's say if I want to search for dollar per noun, you can see now dollar came out, right? But this one, and because of time, I couldn't go too much in this. Or I want to search for Temidayo now. Temidayo came out, right? But this one now, I created a text box. I also used the formula called FUTA. So there's FUTA in Excel. So there's a formula, they call it part of the dynamic arrays in Excel. So you can also search. There are different things you can basically do. You get. So this is what you can do with it. So for that's for what's the name again? Abduapa, I was able to answer our question. There are so many things you can do. You can also add your own search for this. Let me look again. Okay, let me check again. I think most people are asking for the recording. The recording will be definitely made available. So you can just search it on your YouTube channel. Okay. Okay, yeah. So Abdul, oh yeah, perfect. Thank you. So you can always add. So you can always. There's a formula called it's part of the new dynamic arrays in Excel. It's part of the new formulas in Excel. You call it dynamic arrays in Excel. So that one is things like FUTA, things like FUTA, sort. So if I say, okay, I think I have like 3 minutes more. Let me just show you something before I close. I have like 3 minutes more. Okay. Let me say I want to search based on search. I want to search now based on paste this. To search now based on department, right? So yeah, departments. So let's create like a drop down list here. So I go to data. I think I have like 5 minutes, 3 minutes more. So I get the list. So my source based on departments. Okay, let me make it better. So let me do unique departments. Okay, based on department. Just a second. That's table 2, right? Okay. Data validation list. Data source. Remember, table 2 is my list. That's my department. Remember. So let me check. Oh, it's not showing. Let me just clear all. I'll just get it from there using my normal Excel. You can try different method. If it doesn't work, you just go through the normal route. So go to my data tab. I change this if you want to list. So my list, my data source. Then go to information from here. Click on OK. HR. So let me now use my FUTA. There's a formula called FUTA. You know we have normal FUTA in Excel, but this one is a formula in Excel. I want to say include now is the condition. I want to filter based on the department. So I go to my department equals to what is inside here in my bracket. You know it's not showing. I think because this is a format. Let me move from being from formatted table. Wait. Okay, let me change from being a formatted table. That's some of the issue of when you have a formatted table in Excel. Because I already have two more than. Let me change to a list range. So I'll do this again. If it doesn't work, I'll just know that okay, I made a mistake somewhere. Equals to the total array. That's all the information I want. Comma include. I want to include based on the department equals to what is inside here. Please work. This is not still working. Why are you not working? Filter. Employee ID. Comma. Include. Is there any HR? Okay, there's not HR. Okay. Include. Okay. Oh, it was working actually because there's not HR. There's not HR. When is equals to this? Okay, let me say if not found. Let's say not found. Let me just put not found. So let me change this HR. I think because I do not have any HR here, so that's why it wasn't working. Let me change it to add technical. Do I have any technical? I should have technical now. Okay, but I think I'll figure this out. I think there's an issue somewhere here, but I think that's all. That's all for today. Let me check this. Oh yeah, I have 1 minute left. So guys, any question? You can just drop your question in the chat box. I don't know why that didn't work. For some reason, it didn't work. But if you have any question, please drop it in the chat box below. I'll stop sharing my screen. So any question, or if you have any question, you can raise your hand. I'll promote you as a speaker. If you have any question, you can raise your hand. I'll make you a speaker. Any question? I guess everyone got what I did today, right? Nice. That's nice. Any question before I close? I'll be closing very soon. Okay, I think now it's working. Okay, let me just share my screen. Okay, so I don't know why it wasn't working before, but now it's working. It was still the same formula. Let me just copy the formula, but I have to remove it from being a table. So let me just paste it here. Remember the videos, all the videos we make available. So this was for the formula I use. So the filter formula. So let me say escape. Let me look for a department that is much. Okay, let me use finance. If I have from finance now, everything comes out, right? But this one I'm using a drop down, a list drop down. But if I want to use a method where I can now search for it, like type what I want, you can also type here. I think here you can type here. Microsoft have made some updates. You can type here now. Yeah, you can type. You can also type now in the list data valid, like your list data validation. You can also type. That's the new part of the new updates they created recently. Data entry. Yeah. So I can also type here. If I don't want to use the drop down, I can also type. Okay, so HR is not here because of I don't have any HR. So I can always contribute. I can write a formula that if not found. So if I'm here, if I say comma, if not found, so I'll say not found. That's all. You tell me not found. That's how cool this is. So finance. Okay, awesome. It's working now. So any question? Okay, no question. So we're meant to have Power BI our next session, but our speaker is unfortunately can't make it for today's section. So I'll just say thank you guys for coming, and everyone do have a lovely week. So I'll drop the YouTube link again. So for those that want to watch the video tomorrow, I'll drop the YouTube link just in a second. I'll be dropping the YouTube link now. Yeah. Oh yeah, Shama, you're welcome. So any question? No questions so far. So thank you guys. Bye guys. Bye. So have a lovely week and have a lovely week ahead. Awesome. So I'll stop recording. Bye guys.